Hello all. In this particular video, I actually thought to present my views on why I actually begin this particular Agile Mentorship program, which is actually shortly called as a AMP. Okay, so before I actually get into the crux of this particular video, let me actually introduce myself. My name is Balaji. I am currently playing the role of an executive agile coach and a leadership agile mentor. So the point is that I do have somewhere close to 20 years of experience in this particular in this particular IT world, and somewhere close to 12 and a half years of experience in agile. So I actually formulated this particular agile mentorship program somewhere in March 2021 last year. Okay, so before I actually begin this particular mentorship program, I was actually doing some kind of a coaching and mentoring and consulting to multiple clients or multiple people of mine when they actually reach out to me. But then formally I actually set up this particular agile mentorship program somewhere from March 2021, and I have separated no distinctive lesson plans like a level 1, level 2, level 3, all those things. So before I actually get into the mentorship program details, I wanted to tell you about why am I doing, what am I doing, and then we will focus on the how part. Okay, so why I started this particular mentorship program? Fundamentally, me being me actually being an executive agile coach, I have already performed multiple roles in the past. Like for example, a test manager, dev manager, non-functional test manager, NFT, and then I have also performed multiple roles like a scrum master, lead scrum master, RTE, release train engineer, and then a team level agile coach, program layer coach or integration coach, portfolio coach, followed by an enterprise agile coach, and currently playing the role of a leadership coach. So since I have underwent that particular career trajectory, I can resonate well with the relevance in terms of the pain points or the challenges which actually an aspirant has on that particular path. Let us go one by one. Many of us have that particular confusion in the mind. Do I need to take the role of a scrum master, or do I need to take the role of a project manager or a program manager? Okay, now I am not going to tell whether this particular confusion is justified or not. All that I am trying to say is the industry itself. If you actually take the particular IT industry itself, I think they are not very clear on exactly what they want. Because if you go and ask your client also exactly what you want, sometimes the client is also not able to give us an answer with clarity. So I used to ask them back, okay, so what are all the business outcomes that you want? Is it speed or respond to market or improvement in your CSAT score or your brand index or your revenue margin or your employee engagement? Only when I start asking such kind of impactful questions, probably we will be able to generate clarity from the client. So first of all, the way the IT industry is heading towards, many of the companies are not very clear with what will be the thin line of a demarcation between a scrum master and a project manager. So even in the JDs, when you try to review the JD, it will be a mix of your scrum master capabilities and also your project manager capabilities. So understand one thing. A scrum master is a servant leadership kind of a role, more of a process facilitator and a team level coach to implement agile and get things done through agile. Whereas if you're taking a project manager, it is fundamentally the managing the triple constraints of the project: scope, cost, and time, right? So I don't want to call the people who are doing operational work like entering the timesheet and filling some Excel trackers as a project manager. All those are operational activities. Project manager is someone, he or she, who is predominantly juggling with the balls of scope, cost, and time of a project, right? Fine. So somewhere the candidates are actually missing that clarity. Okay, do I need to take the path of a scrum master or do I need to take the path of a project manager? My say is, why don't you draw a Venn diagram kind of a thing you can just put one circle as a the market demand, the second circle as your own passion, what your heart tells you become, and the third circle as your own capabilities or competencies which comes naturally to you. So one is your passion, what your heart says, where you want to go on the way of your career trajectory. Second is your market demand, because if that particular capability or the skill or the competency doesn't have market demand, then how are you going to monetize it? And the third thing is what kind of capabilities or skills come naturally to you. So if you find the intersection point of all these three Venn diagram circles, right, probably that is your own sweet spot. So probably you may try to do that particular activity and then come to a conclusion, okay, I think playing the role of a scrum master will be more suitable to me than a project manager, or actually vice versa. Okay. So the first challenge is this. The second challenge, what I found in the industry is, industry has been flooded with lot of agile certifications. If you name from A to Z, like in terms of your right from your scrum, like your certified scrum master, certified product owner, and ICP, ACC. Then you have your KMP related, Kanban related certifications. Then you have your safe related certifications. So market has been flooded with a lot of agile certifications. Now in most of the cases, I could tell that certification is more like a hall ticket to write an exam. You cannot sit for the exam if you don't have that hall ticket. But your real-time capabilities, your real-time experience is more like a mark sheet which has been given to you after the exam. Okay, so certifications are needed. Yes, I fully agree. Certifications are needed to some extent to get the interview calls from the recruiters, because that is how the market is actually heading towards. So like as the proverb says, while in Rome be a Roman, right? So and there is no point in keep on debating on the subject whether this is correct or not. Look from an appropriateness angle point of view. If the market demands some basic certifications, yes, it is always better to do some basic certifications. If you take me, I have 13 agile certifications. All the certifications have been done by me. All the certifications are self-funded by me. None of my organizations sponsored it. I had that passion to get it done, so I took some bank loans, I took some personal loans, I tried to rotate my funds in the past, and then I actually completed my 13 agile certifications. So certifications are more like reading the index page of the book, but you still need to go through the further chapters to get a consolidated or a condensed view so as to connect the dots, right? So see, there is nothing wrong in doing certifications, but understand why am I doing, what am I doing, right? So if you are doing certified Scrum Master, or if you are doing professional Scrum Master, if you are doing some DevOps Foundation certification, understand, okay, does this certification suit me? Does this certification is in aligned with my career goals? Don't do a certification because your cousin brother completed, or your friend completed, or your colleague completed, or someone from the neighbor completed, or some JD asked for some certification. Look into the JD and try to see, okay, does this JD suit you? If so, yes, it makes relevance to do it. So there should be some kind of a goal-oriented approach in the way you tread the path, right? So try to do a pattern analysis on the market demand, draw a circle, you put all the capabilities which are expected from the market. Same thing you can put what are all the certifications which you have already, or what are all the aspiring certifications for you, and see the intersection of what is the market demand and your aspiring certification, so that you can optimize the value and the cost for the effort and the time spent. Okay, so one is on the certification path, you may need to have a clarity. Okay, the third thing what I actually felt is, in many of the companies, agile transformation have started becoming a subset of a digital transformation and the business transformation, right? So you need to have that overarching layer of capabilities or knowledge to understand the intricate aspects or the nitty-gritties or the subtle nuances of digital transformation, business transformation, and then harmoniously blend it with the agile transformation. Okay, so taking into consideration of all the points what I have told, when I actually started performing the role of a scrum master many years ago, I had lot of real time challenges or ground level pain points. Suddenly my project manager used to tell, hey Balaji, had you invited UAT team for the demo, had you invited SIT team for the demo, because his particular intention is SIT team and the UAT team need to be given a heads up of the envisaged code which is going to get promoted to the higher environments. But the point is, unfortunately, he will not tell me proactively. Once the call starts, at that time he will question me, that too in front of the entire team. Sometimes those were the painful days of my life. I feel little bit embarrassed and annoyed, right? Because no questioning me or questioning my work and passing some sarcastic comments in front of the entire team, I feel I feel uncomfortable or embarrassed. So what I used to do is that I used to go and sit in the park, I used to go and sit in the beach during the weekends, and then do a contemplative retrospective, or I try to do a reflective retrospective of what happened on the day. Can I improve something? Can I do something to fix this particular problem or the real time challenges? Because when you are working as a scrum master for the first time, or any role for that matter, be it a scrum master or an agile project manager or a DevOps consultant or an agile program manager or an enterprise agile coach, when you are playing that role hands on for the first time, believe me, you are embarking on an uncharted territory. So what I actually felt is like that. No, see, knowledge is actually something like you take a white paper and then you take a pen and then start putting dots randomly. That paper with the dots is basically the knowledge. Experience is something which is something based on the contextual need, based on the emerging or the evolving needs of the client, the ability to connect the dots in the same white paper. So your knowledge will guide you only to the extent of seeing the dots on the paper. Believe me, knowledge will not guide you to the extent of connecting the dots, okay, unless and until you have an intuition kind of a capability. Your certification and your theoretical knowledge will not take you beyond that, because every level demands certain capabilities, certain competencies and skills. Unless and until a person has that particular blend of capabilities, what has taken you so far is not going to take you any further, because for any further roles or further higher level pedestals, we need higher level blend of capabilities. So keeping into consideration the points that I had elucidated in this video till now, I started my Agile mentorship program, which is popularly called as a AMP, and they have level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 is for a scrum master and a team level agile coaches. Level 2 is for a enterprise level agile coaches. Level 3 is for a agile leadership roles like an agile practice head, delivery head, agile transformation head, agile COE head. So in this particular mentorship program, I actually teach people, I coach and mentor people on different capabilities needed for that particular respective level, together with providing real-time templates right from the projects. Right, I tend to remove the client name and the company name, respecting the data integrity, all those things. But I actually give them some glimpses on how to create real-time templates, how to co-create a customized template. See, understand the word co-create. I am not saying that you are going to create it. Co-create your template together with working with product owner, product manager, your head of the product management group, and then you are working with your leads and architect and release management team. Because the moment you co-create a template, you are not only enabling and empowering the people, which is one of the paramount trait needed in an agile driven engagement, but you are also creating a buy-in from them. Okay, so in this particular mentorship program, as I had intimated, I actually teach people on multiple concepts, and I have diversified a target group. So I created level 1, level 2, level 3 as a part of the ascending strategy. And one more thing is I also have separate lesson plan for a agile project, program, portfolio and product management, which we call it as a 4P in my own vocabulary, like project, program, portfolio and product management, and a separate lesson plan for architects. And recently in much of my sessions I have started doing something called a case study based mentoring. Means I will give a case study to my mentees. They will actually work on it for 3 to 4 days, and then they will come to me and then present it. And when they present it, I start observing word by word and then start giving them feedback, real time feedback at the end of the like at the end of the mentoring session. See, I can only try to transfer my experiential capabilities to you. I cannot directly transfer my experience to you, right? So the point what I'm trying to say is, when I write a case study based mentoring session, don't think that case study will cover like all scenarios will not be covered by anyone for that matter, because all is a very powerful word, right? But I can try to simulate most of the scenarios, like at least try to try to give a coverage on all the colors of the rainbow, right? So, and one more thing is, recently in my mentoring session I have started including topics like agile, RFP, how to do a pre-sales support activity, agile architecture and emergent design pattern. Understand that in an agile driven engagement, architecture is intentional, whereas the design pattern is emergent. You are keeping the design pattern emergent, keeping it